Welcome back to a monthly market update for July 2025 in Marco Island and Naples, Florida. I'm Devin Sweazy with Premier Sotheby's International Realty, and today we are diving straight into 4 of the hottest conversation topics that are shaping real estate right now. What is on everyone's mind? Home prices. And what the heck is going on? Let's talk about it. I'm breaking down 4 insights that you need to know: what buyers are doing, how sellers are reacting, and what the latest numbers are really saying about where the market is headed. Let's get started. Public sentiment. We have strong concerns over inflation, tariffs, and government cuts. Recent surveys indicate that 70% of Americans are concerned about a potential housing market crash in 2025. And additionally, 72% believe that it's currently a bad time to buy a home, and that is just reflecting a widespread caution among our prospective buyers. But despite these concerns, a housing market crash still hasn't materialized, and the market has remained remarkably resilient. With fears of a crash circulating for years now, it's fair to ask, if it hasn't happened yet, is it going to happen at all? What we're seeing instead is a slow correction, not a collapse. Buyer behaviors, they're starting to shift. High mortgage rates continue to impact these buyer decisions. A May 2025 survey from Realtor.com found that about 1/3 of respondents have delayed their home purchase plans due to these high mortgage rates. If we're looking at historic trends, rates still remain higher than a few years ago. And then when we couple that with our overall market appreciation for higher home values, it's just contributed to buyers pumping the brakes. But do mortgage rates really affect Marco Island and Naples, Florida? We're a cash-heavy market, guys, and we tend to be more insulated as a result of that. Our market is largely reliant on second home buyers, retirees, and investors. This means our demand remains more stable. Even when rates rise, our luxury buyers are simply just less rate sensitive, focusing more on lifestyle and that long-term value. That said, I think rates can have a psychological impact, especially for sellers adjusting to this slower buyer urgency and for buyers that now are comparing investment opportunities. So while we're not immune, Marco Island and Naples, we certainly have our own rhythm. We're less reactive and more resilient. But on the flip side, let's go ahead and talk about our seller behaviors, because home price growth is showing signs of moderation, and sellers, we need to get on board. Freddie Mac has forecast a slowdown in the pace that our homes are appreciating. It still maintains a positive trajectory, but it is important to highlight that we have slowed down. The main challenge in today's market really is the seller mindset. Many are still anchored to the significant gains and the rapid appreciation of the pandemic era boom, rather than aligning with our current market data. The long-term outlook for Southwest Florida remains positive, with expectations of a modest, guys, this is important, a modest appreciation between 1 and 2.5% in 2025. It's again showing signs that our market is stabilizing. If only we could get our sellers to see that even in today's current market prices, the vast majority of these properties have experienced significant appreciation, pacing well over the industry standards. But it is still a strong number that is reflecting market gains. Sellers, you need to get some clarity on what your goals are and see a win for what it is. And finally, let's go ahead and talk about our rising insurance costs. This is one of America's top economic concerns, highlighted even more so, of course, in our coastal market. Florida is leading the nation with rising insurance costs. Our annual premiums are nearly double in the past 5 years, making affordable homes financially out of reach for some of our buyers. This is affecting buyer confidence, with the higher premiums then reducing their purchasing power. And for sellers, you guys, it is really important to understand how these insurance quotes can influence your buyer pool and your days on market. We need to be proactively addressing your insurability. This is talking about your age of roof. Do we need to make some modifications there? Our wind mitigation and our property elevation certificates. Do you have an existing flood policy? Have this information prepared and ready, because if you do, we are able to transfer these policies, which offer a significant cost savings. This should be part of your upfront conversation in marketing your home. But then on the flip side, understand that if you don't have a flood policy and your future buyer is inquiring, you need to understand that those flood rates have gone up astronomically, and they do impact what a buyer is willing to do moving forward. Our insurance costs, you guys, these are a deal maker or a breaker, and they are a crucial part of the conversation in today's Florida real estate market. At the end of the day, today's market, we're not defined by these extremes, but we are defined by adjustments, which is exactly what's taking place today. From mortgage rates and insurance costs to buyer psychology and seller expectations, we're not seeing a crash, but we're seeing a recalibration. Southwest Florida is resilient. Yes, our pace has changed, but the long-term fundamentals, strong demand, limited land, luxury lifestyle, these are all where our appeal is. It still makes Marco Island and Naples uniquely positioned. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, it's more important now than ever to work with someone who understands the nuances behind all the numbers and all the back-end data that really does influence what's going on in our market. I'm here to help you navigate all things real estate related. This was my July 2025 update. I hope that you guys found it helpful. And if I can do anything to help you guys, please know that I'm always available. I'm Devin Sweazy with Sotheby's Realty, and I look forward to hearing from you.